but I think it's worth us mentioning, is the whole aspect of breastfeeding implications and the pressures that we go through as moms, and how we're made to feel like that is how our kid is going to be set up really well for immunity situations, being a stronger kid and just much better for them, and this and that. And there's so much science that supports that. Agreed. But the thing is, for me, in my personal journey, I chose that to sort of be adaptable when that came across, and I did what helped to keep me sane and happy in that moment of what I think. And what you agreed with when we chatted about this is that you want to do what works for you and keeps you happy, right, as a mom. And despite the recommended exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months, my experience with Zai was not easy at all. And because of my lack of knowledge, lack of guidance from people, and even just asking, maybe, I my experience with Zai was not easy. When I look back now, I was in pain. I was uncomfortable from my C-section. I felt restricted when I had to sit down in one spot and just wait and keep trying. When Zai was he was really hungry in the beginning, so he would be crying a lot. And I gave into formula. Instead, I researched a really good formula, and I went out of my way to get hold of it. And I chose to not have a screaming child and an uncomfortable, grouchy mom, and gave him formula in the moment. And I was definitely consumed by a lot of guilt initially. When I look back, there were phases during that tough time as a new mom where you sort of doubt everything you're doing. And I would keep pushing myself through the pain, and I would be like, I need to pump more. I need to try and give him, supplement him a little bit, at least try. And I did. But I just, a lot of the time I would stress myself out more about the, having to do it, the pain that I had to sit through, the long nights that I was alone trying to figure out how to do this, and having a crying baby on top of things, and you feeling like you can't, supply adequately to them. I ended up, just with low milk supply, which makes it even tougher, right? Everything becomes just like a mess of confusion, and it leaves you feeling, super guilty. And let me put it out there right now, um, don't allow yourself to not ask for help. If you need it, ask for it. It is there's no right way to be a mom.
I also had my added pressure. My husband, very cutely, he's like, I thought I wouldn't breastfeed. I said, no, 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 I have to get back to work. Formula is the way. And he used to be like, you'll breastfeed for a bit. No, I said, it is not your decision. Okay. I mean,
Oh,
he's
that's a whole other episode right there.
he was very sweet, of course. But we're all formula babies at the end. Sorry, we're all
That's
formula
fine.
babies at the end of the day. But I started the journey. I had a very tough birth. Pregnancy was easy. Birth was really tough, but managed to had an emergency C-section. And when I started feeding, again, same problems. Supply was low. Didn't know the real positions. She was a hungry baby. But I took support. Right. I had a doula, and I was in touch with her for the first few weeks. And my best friend had just had a baby who was also breastfeeding, so we would talk all the time. And I tell you, kid you not, she was literally like being my coach through the entire, those first 6 weeks, which are, I think they're just those first 6 to 8 weeks. If you get through to that, breastfeeding is a bliss, right? Because it's so much more convenient.
This is a personal challenge. This is a personal challenge for me this time around. And I'm going to be using you as my doula. I hope you're ready. Just so that,
Done. I'm down for that. So, breastfeeding, not breastfeeding, formula, no formula, whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, the most important person who has to be happy is you as a mother, because that all of that energy is going into your child, and you don't want that stress, that anxiety, that pressure to go in. So go with what works for you. And